Hi, I'm James Molesworth, Senior Editor in charge of the wines of Chile and Argentina. And if you're wondering how I got a tan in March, it's because I just got back from a 2-week trip to those two countries, where I was kicking the dirt in the vineyards with the region's top winemakers, and we decided to pull the highlights together here for this episode of Wine Spectator Video, including this first one where I got down into a hole in the vineyards of Limarí. And they've built a wonderful hole for me. This is where they put the wine writers when they come to Chile. They put them down in this little area down here so that they never write bad things about their wines again. So on the surface, it looked like a red wine vineyard, but when you dug down deep, you realized this was the spot for white wines.
Exactly.
Right.
Very good for Sauvignon Blanc, very good for Chardonnay, and let's see for red maybe.
Great wine always starts in the vineyards, and so when I travel, that's where I focus. Like in this particular segment where I'm talking to AURELIO Montes, who is planting some new Grenache vines on steep slopes in the Apalta section of the Colchagua Valley.
The reason why we plant steep slopes is because the granitic soils don't allow the Grenache to grow too much. Grenache, in a fertile soil, is a little bit too explosive to control. In this case, we have granitic soils, steep slopes, and watering. It's a key to control the balance in the plant.
From hand-worked vineyards in Apalta, I then saw the mechanical side of the business in the Casablanca Valley, where I saw a state-of-the-art machine harvester at work.
This is the top-of-the-line broad machine. It's 1 year old, and they are the most gentle grape-picking machines available on the market.
After a few days in Chile, I headed over the Andes into Argentina, starting first in Mendoza. Malbec dominates the plantings here, and thanks to the efforts of Bodega, Catena, Zapata, the top clones of Malbec have been isolated, helping the winery to produce some of the best wines in the region.
What's really interesting about this bunch is how incredibly loose it is. What happens with these grapes is that, if you look at the skins, they're just so thick. And if you put this in your mouth, it's just very tannic, very concentrated.
In the other row, we've got a totally different clone.
Yeah. So,
and this cluster is obviously the sort of more traditional, what people would expect to see.
Yeah, so it has the small berries that are typical of Argentine Malbec, but it's a lot more compact. It's also a very important part of the blend.
Many winemakers are going in and rehabilitating these old vine vineyards and bringing them back to life.
I love these old vines because in my 13 years of experience here making wine, these are the vineyards that are making the best wines.
Mendoza isn't the only spot producing great wine in Argentina these days. Patagonia is now surging as well. In the La Pampa and Neuquén provinces, there's new investment that's turning arid scrub-brush land into verdant vineyards, while in the Rio Negro province, there's some old vine vineyards that are also being brought back to life. There's Malbec, of course, but also some tantalizing Pinot Noir.
What I did when it was abandoned to recognize the Malbec plants, I went in with a whitewash and a brush, and I did what they call in French marquage. So I've just marked each vine with a white paint. And then from there I took some cuttings and used that to then regraft the other vines that were white or other different varieties basically.
Of course, no trip to South America is complete without a classic Argentine asado. The meat gets rubbed with coarse salt, and that's it before it's grilled over wood. A true asado includes a wide range of cuts. And in place of any vegetables, they just serve Malbec.